So today's day 2. Just got back from North Canterbury to catch these pigs. And I let them hang overnight and set. So we're going to cut them up today and cut all the meat out of them and put them into the fridge and let them chill for a bit. And then tomorrow we'll be on mincing through the tool shed's bandsaw, and then we'll be pressing them into the sausage casings, making garlic sausages. So yeah, today's mission is just to cut them up and get them in the fridge to chill. So for those of you who haven't skinned a pig before, or any animal, they're all generally the same. You sort of do it all in the same way. It's just the size of the animal changes, that's really it. But you'll need a couple of things like a very sharp skinning knife. You can use your normal boning knife or your sticking knife or something like that, but I find the proper knife for the job works better. I have skinned a lot of pigs with just my boning knives and that, but yeah, I've been using the skinning knives lately and they seem to be a lot better. They've just got the angle to keep away from the meat as you're pushing up against the skin. You'll need some hot soapy water in a bucket and a fresh towel. And that's just to keep your hands clean, because you don't want to transfer all the dirt and stuff that you're going to be handling on the outside into your meat. Yeah, when you're skinning a pig or any animal, generally the same. People do it differently. There's different ways to do it, but how I do it is I start from the hock. I cut all the way through round to the arsehole, and then back up to the other hock, and that's the back end. And then from down the front here, same with these, from the hock straight to the brisket, and meat it all together, and then you skin from the brisket all the way down to the jaw, and that opens it right up. From there it's just pretty much cutting all the skin away and just peeling it all back and keeping it as clean as possible. So you want to start from the legs and peel outwards and keep pushing it out towards the spine, and that way it keeps all this stuff out of your meat. A very handy tip is to let your pigs set overnight, or your animals set overnight, even a couple of nights over winter if it's nice and cool. If you have a chiller, it's even better, because the cooler you can get it, the better it will set and the easier it is to skin. You can actually just pull the skin away a lot of the time, and your knife's there just to guide the meat away when it gets stuck every so often. But yeah, setting your animal overnight, or at least for 2 nights in the chiller or something like that, that'll help the skinning process, especially for pigs. Pigs are quite notoriously hard for skinning because they just got their skin and their hide is just so thick and just sticks to the meat so well. So yeah, getting it set is a huge tip. So once you've got the back legs sort of peeled down, should look like that. You really need a really sharp knife for pigs, because when you start skinning into the hide, it's going to blunt your knife pretty fast, so you're going to be constantly trying to keep it sharp. You'll get to this point where you've skinned it down sort of to the back strap, and all you do is pull the pig and use the weight of the pig and just hold it there, and all that will just tear away. And that's the point of letting it set overnight. And then all the other stuff, like when you get to the fat, it'll be a bit sticky, so you just give it a little bit of a nick. A handy little trick when skinning pigs or any other kind of animal is just using the tip of your knife. So what you want to do is pull the skin down and back and use the animal's weight to help you, because it'll be like the perfect amount of pull on it. And just guide the tip of your knife around and take your time, especially if you're not used to skinning pigs and stuff like that. Take your time, go as slow as you can, and try and get a real nice clean job. And slow as smooth as fast. The more you do it, the more you're going to pick up on handy things like that. And then you get around to the flank, and you're pretty much just going around the whole animal slowly and trying to keep it level on your way down. Once you start getting all uneven, you start having to cut a bit more and clean it up as you go, where if you sort of try and keep the same level all the way around, and you just start from one side and work your way around. And just keep pulling on the skin, just keep it nice and tight, and yeah, and you'll get there. Did you have fun at school?
Sure.
School. You help Dad? So the pork's been chilling for about 3 days now in the fridge. So now it's the fun part where we get to put it all through the mincer and turn it into sausages. Along with sausages we have some mince that we bagged up into tubes from the last few pigs and going to turn it into patties, and we're going to put it through the bandsaw and cut that up still frozen, and then we'll seal it all back up with the vacuum seal pack. So first we have to set up the jig for mincing, and then we're going to cut up all the pork into slices that can go through the jig, and then we'll be into mincing. And yeah, we got all the flavours from Dunningham's. Herb and garlic and Texan chili is what we chose so far. We tried Texan chili in the last batch of sausages and they went down really well with a lot of people. They're a bit spicy probably for wee kids and stuff like that, but I think the herb and garlic is going to be a win. So we'll try that out and see how we get on. So to put the mincer together on this bandsaw, you see the working parts there, it's got a chuck. So all we have to do is just take off this locking bolt and open this door over here. And then that's a groove where it seats into the chuck. So put that on there, and you may have to turn the belt a little bit just to get it all locked in. And once that's in place, you put your locking nut back on. And that's all good to start mincing. So what I'm doing is just sort of cutting into long, thin bits, just enough for it to go to the mincer grab and take it all the way through. I don't want to dice it up too small because it's just more to handle, where the mincer does a lot of the cutting work for you. It'll just suck it in and start chewing it out the other end into mince, so it's good. Right, so we've got all our chunks ready to go. Got some more in the fridge. We're going to chuck it through the mincer. Let's get into it. Down here. With the mincing head itself, what I do is, after I'm finished using it, I'll clean it down, sanitize it, and then I'll just put a fine layer of olive oil over it just to keep it from rusting. A lot of this is cast aluminium, but on the inside, like this face here, is it's like a stainless type steel, but obviously isn't fully stainless. So it just needs a bit of oil just to keep it from getting that surface rust over it. So what we're going to do is just set our depths to get the thickness that we want for our patties. So we'll line it up with the blade, how far you want to push the patties. So this block is to push so you don't have to put your hands near the blade, and then this block's just to set how thick you actually want them. I probably want about there, that's as far as I can go anyways. Once that's ready, and we're ready to go. Supposed to do an unboxing, but a bit late now. I just got this sausage fillet from Dunningham's. It's pretty cool. It comes with a little handle and you chuck it on there and wind it all up, and it stuffs all the mince down there and comes out through the sausages, through the sausage cone out here. So yeah, just have to mix the flavours up into the mince and we're ready to go. Start sausaging. So if you really want to get into some really gourmet sausages, go onto Dunningham's website and they'll you can order online and they'll ship it out to you. Oh, they're in Christchurch, so I just went into the shop itself, and today we just got the herb and garlic, and it tells you what your mixture ratios are. Thanks, mate. Cheers. So in the end, we ended up with 17.2 kilo of mince, which is too much, which means I'm going to have to go to get some more flavour from Dunningham's. They have a new flavour out, and I really want to try it. It's called Smoky Bacon and Maple, which sounds awesome. So I'm going to seal up some of this mince and freeze it as just plain mince, and then I'll order some more flavour in and I'll put that through. And so we've got this. This is the mince all set up. So you just wind the handle and that bit there goes down and pushes all the mince down. It goes down there and then comes up through this tube. And the bandsaw also does the same thing. So what I'm going to do is, once I've frozen that down, got some more flavour, thawed it out, mixed it up, I'm going to put it through the bandsaw, just off frozen, so extremely chilled, and that should pump through the sausage skins a lot easier than last time, because I think last time the mixture was just way too wet and the mincer was just sort of just kicking it back up again. So yeah, we'll get into it. It's going to be fun. So I got told an easier way to do this is with a cake mixer, so I don't have one of those. I'm wearing gloves because, well, just for this hunting, and it was all through blackberry and rubbish and stuff like that, so it cuts on my hands and little scrapes and whatever, so best to keep it all protected, and it's always good eating clean food anyways. Alright, so man, that took forever. Whew. So now I've got that on, just got to pump some meat through and then make sure there's no air bubble at the end and tie it off, and then we're good to go. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty close to drilling a hole in my own bench. Whew. So that's what we've got so far. I've still got a bit of mince to go, so I'll speed this up and we'll get to the end result a little bit quicker, eh? And the blue light comes on and it's sealing it off, and then that's it. And that's our finished product. Might just get a vivid and name it, and that's it. So we'll get stuck into that, and that'll be me for the rest of the night. Finishing it off and then a whole lot of dishes. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and hope you're enjoying the new website and the articles coming up. And we'll do them weekly and as often as I can. Cheers, bye.